Good morning, everyone, from the wonderful beach in Ras Al Khaimah, the United Arab Emirates. A wonderful day. I'm much later than I usually go down, but but it's not that hot. I was surprised actually. I thought, oh, I'm late today. I come down to the beach around, well, between 6 and 7. And today it's already 8:30 here, so I am quite late. And here's the reason why. First of all, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Mona Abdulrahim-Santl. I am the owner of the company called Mind Your Power. And these talks that I do in the morning on the beach are for me, for you, for the world, for everyone, for me to reflect on my life and hopefully inspire others to do the same. It's just about 3-4 minutes, not more, sometimes 2 minutes, sometimes 1 minute of reflection. So the reason why I came down this morning, down to the beach, and when I say down, it's just because it's literally down my building and across the street and I'm here, is because I decided to write a little bit something on, to continue my book. So a lot of people who have known me for years probably know that I've been saying for at least, I guess it's 6 years now, that I am writing a book. Well, now I'm writing 2 books actually this year. And every year I think, or I say actually to people, this year my book, the first one of 6 years ago, will be finished this year. I actually even said to my family last year, you'll all get a copy for Christmas. But I never did. I wonder why. Well, it's a lot of things in my mind, saying to myself, no, I want to change this, and then not having the time to do it. And, you know, like other people, I assume that no, I don't want to say like other people, because there are people who are very, very good with writing down a plan and doing it. I'm not one of those. But anyway, I do every once in a while write down something and complete another chapter or another page. Sometimes it's really just 1 page. But what happened this morning is I actually took the time to reflect more, to write down some more notes, to not put it into the sentences I want to, but at least the ideas. And the reason why I actually am now very, very keen on really, really finishing it this year is a genius idea of one of my participants in one of the last trainings. I think it was 2 weeks ago, just before I went on holiday. One of the participants of the training, and sometimes when the topic comes up and when it's somehow appropriate to what we're discussing, I do bring it up and I say I am writing a book about this topic. And so I did that in that last training. I was talking about something and then I said, I'm actually writing a book about that. And so over lunch, we had a lunch break, and over lunch one of the participants came and sat at my table. And then he says to me, when's your book ready? And I say, well, hopefully I am planning to have it ready this year, end of the year. And he says to me, what does your book cost? And I said, I don't know. He said, no, you have to know. What's the cost of your book? And I just threw it out there and I said, $39 was just the number that came to my mind. So he reaches out into his wallet, gives me the equivalent in dirhams of $39 and says, here, I'm paying for the first copy and I would like a signed copy. And the first book is mine because I already paid for it. And I thought that was genius. He said one of his professors once did a similar thing with him. And it was kind of a push. And so I was reflecting back on that this morning. And I actually kept the money as is in a small bundle, not to be touched, on a side in my place where I keep my money. And thought, okay, now I need to commit. Someone already paid me for it. He wants a signed copy. He wants the first copy. So I need to, get going with that. So anyway, I thought this was a genius thing that he did. And I hope to have my book ready by the end of the year. I'm doing everything I can now. So reflect again on your life, whether it's something you want to do in business, at your work, for your work, or whether it's something that you want to do in your personal life. What is it that you're planning on doing but you're not doing? And then when we coach, and And the nice thing about coaching is that you have, many of you probably know what coaching is. And just let me go back a little bit. Coaching is nothing else but asking people questions for them to reflect. So a lot of people have that misconception that coaching is really, coach will give you advice of your life and tell you what to do. It's not that at all, because I, as a coach, don't know what's the best for you. But you know, somewhere deeply, unconsciously, subconsciously, you know. So the role of a coach is really just to get the best out of you. But also, a big role is really to be that accountability partner, right? And to hold you accountable for something. And this is exactly what we do when we, like, you know, in this case, when that person gave me that money, he's holding me accountable. I have that person to be accountable for. So here's a tip for today, or maybe a reflection that you can, something that you can use. So whatever it is that you want to do for your work or in your personal life, is there something that you've always wanted to do but you're not for some reason? And no judgment, it is just sometimes we are procrastinating, some people more than others. What can you do if you really, really, really want to achieve that goal? What can you do? So think about, do you have someone who will actually hold you accountable for it? Do you have someone in your life? Or maybe even a stranger. Like in my case, it was a stranger, but that was even a more powerful push and boost than, like last year I said to my family, you'll all get a copy of my book. Didn't really help, but now because it's a stranger, it actually boosted me even more. So, do you have anyone in your life or around you at work, very familiar person or a stranger, who you can confide in, who you can talk to, and who can actually hold you accountable, just the way that participant of mine did? Think about it. And let me know in the comments if you feel like more pushed to do things, if you feel more committed to do things, just because someone is actually somewhere behind it. Let me know. So this was my thought of today. I'm continuing my walk now. Probably tomorrow morning before I head off again for the week. I hope I'll make it tomorrow, and have a great Saturday, everyone. And see you soon. This is Mona Abdulrahim-Santl with you from Mind Your Power. Please follow me if you like these. Please comment, because I'd love to hear your thoughts also. Bye bye for now.